Alright guys, welcome back to the next lesson. So this lesson is on equipment. Now this is equipment I recommend you getting and starting out with. If you don't have, what we're about to talk about or show you, this controller here, the DDJ SB3, that's okay, because everything that's on this will be on your controller or your CDJs or whatever you're using, unless you're using turntables of course, but I don't think you will be. That's actually how I started, funny enough. So this is the piece of equipment, the controller that I recommend getting. To start with is the DDJ SB3. It's made by Pioneer. Now the reason I recommend getting this is because it is a smaller version of what most of the equipment is going to look like in your nightclubs. Okay, there's sort of industry standard equipment that's in the majority of your nightclubs. I know nearly every club in Australia, New Zealand, America. I know in Europe they might have some different stuff. I know in England that you may get different brands, but once you know your way around this sort of stuff, 99% chance it's going to be Pioneer equipment. If it's not, by then you're going to understand it all anyway. So like I said, I do recommend this because once you familiarize yourself with how this looks, like the knobs that look like, the knobs here, they look like the knobs that are on the mixers in the club. So your brain's automatically going to identify with what this stuff does, okay? Same with your buttons here. And it is like a replica, a smaller version of the club equipment. So that's why I recommend it. And also it's a Serato version of the controller, which I also recommend because most DJs are using Serato. Most clubs are set up for it now. That's why I recommend this controller. It is the Serato version because you're going to learn how to use this controller. It's going to look like 99% of the equipment out there in clubs. So your brain's going to be familiar with it and you're going to be learning Serato as well. So it's going to give you a nice solid foundation to start learning DJing, getting out there playing gigs, and then you can always build off that foundation, okay? But we'll talk about that later on in the course. Okay, so in the next video, we're actually going to go through everything on this controller, what everything does. We're really going to emphasize on what's important and what's not to get you out there and mixing straight away, and then you can always learn the little things later on because I don't want to overwhelm you at the start, okay? When I used to learn drums when I was a kid, they spent 3 weeks going over how to hold your drumsticks, and it was just so boring. That's why most people never start. As when I would teach kids drums, when I was much younger, I would have them leaving there knowing how to play a rock beat. So when I teach DJing on cruise ships, the first thing I do is just show them how easy DJing is, which I'm going to show you in a couple of videos time, so make sure you stay with it. And I get them up straight away, because if I just talk about this stuff, you're going to talk yourself out of doing it, as opposed to get you up there out of your comfort zone and just really getting hands-on and seeing, hey, wow, this is actually easy. I did this. Then you're going to instill that belief within yourself that it is easy, and you're going to be able to move forward a lot quicker and get out there and have fun, okay? So that being said, I'm going to see you in the next class, and we're going to go through everything that's on this controller, okay, guys? I'll see you there.